第二次世界大战中，德国研发了举世闻名的古王坦克。古王坦克在坦克世界的游戏中，也一直是玩家梦寐以求、一定要收藏到的重型坦克。究竟古王坦克它有什么样的魅力，让玩家这么的风靡呢？又为什么人家常说摧毁一辆古王坦克需要牺牲5辆全满坦克呢？接着呢，就让我们来看一下古王坦克它到底有什么样的魅力吧。
Tiger II is best used on city maps. As long as you take any position that covers the vulnerable lower armor plate. This can be a mound, a vehicle, a tank's hull, a keyhole, and so on. The King Tiger is quite effective when shooting from behind a corner if you exit cover at a right angle towards the enemy. In situations where you are at the bottom of the list, it's worth it to stay behind high-tier comrades and use their tanks as cover. In these conditions, you need to aim for the weak points in the enemy vehicle's armor or damage their mobility by blowing their tracks off. If you are at the top of the list, make use of the tank's sturdy armor. Play aggressively. Select an attack direction by yourself, but do not forget to cover your lower armor plate. Open maps may be somewhat difficult because the low mobility of the King Tiger make it an easy target for the enemy artillery. When at the bottom of the list, you should try to make a run for the nearest cover and prepare to meet the opposing light and medium tanks while monitoring their possible avenues of approach. If there is no threat to your artillery, then move to a safe zone behind allies and help repel the offense of the opposing team. When on some maps, it's worth it to take positions that are mostly used by the TDs. Being at the top of the list does not guarantee safety. The low speed is definitely the biggest disadvantage of the King Tiger. You need to clearly know which positions you'll have time to take before you are spotted. Don't rush to the enemy's half of the map at the beginning of combat. Take advantage of your accurate gun and high view range. When dueling light and medium tanks, it'll be very hard to protect your weakly armored sides and rear. These agile opponents will circle you while shooting at your vulnerable points. How do you counter such situations? First, try to stop your opponent by knocking off its tracks. Second, try to keep your rear end pushed against an obstacle. This will help you get rid of a kill zone that is safe for the opposing vehicle. Third, try to increase the enemy's movement radius by moving in the opposite direction. When facing heavy tanks at a distance, place your combat vehicle at an angle to form a diamond shape. If the opponent aims for the lower armor plate, then increase the angle. If he switches to shoot at your side, then return to the starting position. If you are in a clinch, remember that opponents with high gun elevation arc numbers can shoot your glacis plate at an almost 90-degree angle. So even at close distance, try to place your tank in a diamond shape and swing your hull and turret, making it harder to aim for your vulnerable points. It is best to aim for the upper part of the turret, protruding parts of the hull, or the commander's hatch. Remember that most of the same tier opponents will try to increase the distance to survive, so do not allow that to happen. When facing a higher tier heavy tank, there is no point in clenching because they can effortlessly penetrate the Tiger II's armor. It would be best to retreat to a covered position and destroy the opponents through their weak points. But if you do get into a clinch with a low-level enemy, there is nothing for you to fear except for the shots at the machine gun mount and the commander's hatch. A standard set of modules will fit the King Tiger style of play nicely. A rammer, a stabilizer, and coated optics, though you can experiment with tactics and select a different set of modules by yourself. The crew should learn the skills necessary to offset the tank's disadvantages and boost its combat abilities. First level repair for the whole crew. Then, the commander takes Sixth Sense, the gunner takes Deadeye, the driver takes preventative maintenance, the radio operator takes situational awareness, and the loader takes safe stowage. It is good to take firefighting as a third skill for the whole crew. Good luck in battle.
厉害吧？古王坦克它凭借着厚实的装甲跟强大的火力，在 T8等级的分法中一直是相当吃香。也因此，大家在比赛的时候都特别喜欢这种往上冲。假如你还没有补啊，赶快去练一练吧。